there is a big elephant in the room that is this stump. Yeah, I spent the better part of a week up what was a beautiful messmate to try and protect this forest. And it is easy to look around and be disappointed with the destruction that VicForests likes to call sensitive thinning, which has to be the most oxymoronic statement I've ever heard. This isn't sensitive thinning, this isn't sensitive anything. This is criminal. What we see here is destruction, and this is deforestation in our own backyard. This is a state forest. How this happens is beyond belief. There are children here standing behind me, and we want to have a safe climate, and we want to have a livable planet. Is that too much to ask? This is a government-owned authority that is costing the taxpayers $20 million a year to destroy our forests and pulp them for paper. This isn't furniture. This isn't anything that we need. And if it was, it's a very simple process. You want to cut down a tree? You plant one first. Plantation logging, sustainably, slowly. We are in the midst of a biodiversity crisis here. We had the CEO of VicForests come on the radio and talk about their self-funded environmental surveys that claimed that there were no Strzelecki koalas living in this forest in the Strzelecki Ranges. Now, either that's a lie or we're in a bigger problem than we thought. Victoria is ranked one of the worst states and the worst country in the world for biodiversity loss. We have 2,000 critically endangered species. We are ballooning in size and we are losing our forests at the rate of knots. This can't continue. Daniel Andrews wants to continue doing this till 2030, costing us $20 million, taxpayers subsidised, $20 million a year. What are we getting from this? We are just pushing this climate change football down the road. It has to stop. Now, we can stand here and we can talk about the fact that VicForests decided to cut this tree down out of spite. And I apologise for that. You know, I stayed up in this tree and sure, all 30 fucking kilos of me might have been too much and they had to cut it down because it was unstable. That's what they'll claim in the local papers, full of spelling errors. That's one thing. Maybe that's what we expect. But what we don't expect is our state MPs to stand here taking selfies with it. That is just disrespectful. And that's why I've come back here. Because this tree might be cut down, but because they cut down this tree, all of these ones are still standing. And for as long as VicForests wants to keep logging, I'll keep coming back. We stopped it for 5 days, but this was a community effort. A legal injunction stopped this logging, and it'll do it again, and it's doing it all over Victoria. There in a tree planter is a replacement messmate for the one that they cut down. And I thought that we better get Vine out here and we should start replacing the damage that they've done. Does that sound good?
Yeah, go Vana. Come on. Good job, Van. Good girl, Van. Right in, yep.
Yeah.
Good girl.